Hey everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Last week I went on a visit to Real Antique Wood in Irvington, New Jersey. I made two videos. The first video focused on the mill, and if you didn't see that, definitely check it out. I'll have a link in the description. Very cool to see how these big old beams full of nails are processed and turned into beautiful reclaimed lumber. This video focuses on the showroom, so stick around and Gary will take us on a tour.
Hi, I'm Gary from Real Antique Wood, and let's see what we do over here. We go around the country, take down old barns, and get a little story about everything, and we make cool stuff in here. So come, let's take a look. We started in 2011. This was a business that wasn't even started, so we started it from the beginning. And this is where I used to come and buy our floor finish. It used to be Harvester Flooring Supply. They went out of business, and then we took on the task of making this into our showroom and our sawmill, and we've worked hard ever since the beginning. So when we first got here, there was nothing here except a whole bunch of debris that we had to clean out, and we modified this into a section of offices and showroom space and try to modify it on a regular basis. So we just put in, Lisa and I sit here. This is our little welcome center. So this is, there's our little boy Levi. Hey Levi, good boy, no barking. So this is where we greet people. You know, I'm not here all the time, but this is, Lisa's here all the time, and we have a showroom, and this is it. So this is where we start, and got a lot of cool stuff in here. We also take down the barns, and then we get all the goodies, the treasures that are left. So we have the opportunity to repurpose all of that depending on what we find. It changes regularly, so there's no real set, what do you got? You know, you come in today and come on Saturday and maybe gone. But the bottom line is we got a lot of hay trolleys. You know, they stay up in the barn until I get them. You know, nobody coming to get a hay trolley. So those are the big items. We use those for lighting fixtures. So that's we put all sorts of lights on that. We have the original rails. We make lighting. So that is a fun project. We do a lot of pulley lights with little pendant lights that hang off of those. We have opportunity to collect stuff. That is the bottom line. Is when I'm in the barn, I didn't know in the beginning, I was just saving the wood until I told Lisa all the stuff I was getting rid of. And she just was like, whoa, dude, you can't throw that out. And I didn't know that. And she says, we can sell that. And I'm thinking, all right, let's try it. And lo and behold, you know, it's not like it's $1 million, but it's stuff that's just old. So we like to allow people to have the old rat traps, or I don't know, bear traps, or whatever they used to catch in those, the old saws and different products. So you know, we also, you know, go to these colorful tables are from Indonesia and Bali and Java and Borneo. They were old fishing boats. They were old hand-painted fishing boats from out in Indonesia. We just happened to be out there a couple of weeks ago for 2 weeks to take a road trip. And, you know, never thought that would ever happen, but we did have the opportunity to go and source direct now. So, you know, just like I get the barns direct and the wood direct and the slabs direct, we were able to get some Indonesian fishing boats from Bali and Java, which is way awesome, you know. So, but coming through the shop here, we have different items. We have a lot of big slabs. We have Acacia Slabs from Thailand. We have redwood slabs and redwood burls from California. Pretty much the root of the tree. So I was able to get these from a guy who has the rights to they call it the bottom of the tree, 20 foot and down. He gets the rights out in Northern California to cut the redwoods and the roots. He's got a big 16-foot swing saw. I haven't seen that. I don't know what that does, but it sounds cool. I told him I'd love to go with him on when he goes and cuts. I said, I'll labor for you as long as you stay out there. If it's a week or two, I'll work for free just to see how you actually cut this. So, you know, wood from California, wood from Thailand, the Indonesian boat wood. So a whole bunch of fun fun stuff. We also make fireplace mantles. We typically will just use them as different size timbers for different size mantles. We provide a lot of different shelving opportunity, different rods, different brackets, also floating shelves where we'll stick this in the beam, and then it looks like it's just free floating on some of these pieces. So there's all sorts of brackets. We weld those up and have hidden shelves. Here's a perfect. That's right. So here it is. You know, somebody wants a little shelf in their bathroom or in their kitchen. They don't want to put a little bracket underneath it. You know, it just floats up against the wall, so it gives different opportunities. We also collect the old corbels from either buildings or the barns, and again, different pieces. We were able to get, we were away on down in Florida. They were knocking down an oceanfront mansion. $65 million purchase price to knock it down, and we were taking these big rafter tails made out of cedar. They were just throwing them out. So we had, my bed has got the frame, is got these big rafter tails of cedar, and we've made end grain blocks and different brackets for people, but pretty cool. These are little shelves. We kind of cut wood up, different thicknesses and widths, and allow people to make cash and carry floating shelves. Or again, people do so much. We tell them, bring your inspiration with you. Any pictures, any ideas, we'll guide you in a direction that'll help us bring your vision to where we can help. So this is a big acacia slab. This is from Thailand as well, but it has a different soil, so that's why it's such a different color. It almost looks like walnut. Many people have asked, is that a big walnut slab? But no, that's acacia. That's just in a different soil. We also keep the barn doors. When I take down barns, I get a lot of barn doors. You know, from the interior barn doors to Dutch doors to doors with glass, and then the big awesome 16-foot by 10-foot monster barn doors. But you know, we sell the hardware, the original rails, the original strap hinges, all hand forged. We keep the nails. Lord knows, in the beginning, like I said, I let a lot of stuff go until they told me, please don't let it go anymore. So this would be one of the Indonesian, I don't know how we would say, folk art of what the boat looked like. So when I got it, originally, I didn't know what to expect until they told me this is kind of what they look like. And then, so when we went to Indonesia, we were able to actually see the boats, the outriggers, the canoes, which was something which blew us away. You know, so we were, here are some of the bow boards. These would have been the front of the boat. They make them in the little designs. We make benches out of these. We make communal tables, bar tops. Some people hang them on their wall. You know, the last customer that came in the other day said they were going to use it for wall art. And I said, wow, that's a heavy piece. But they definitely knew what they wanted, and they were excited for a piece of wall art. But again, we have big tables from small 36-inch rounds up to 15, 16-foot massive picnic tables and tables of that. We also make tables, kind of on a limited supply. It depends on the architect or the designer. Someone needs to have somebody involved other than the homeowner trying to give me their version or vision, because sometimes it ends up making two tables. You know, our vision and their vision's a little, I didn't know we didn't like that board. So we kind of got to limit it to somebody has to guide us other than a homeowner. So we like that, more communication, you know, less build it twice. And in this room is where we have our walk-in products, our flooring. So customers can come in and actually say, I need a couple hundred square feet for a small job, or if they wanted to, they'd place a big order. But the majority of the time, they kind of have a small project and they just thought about their wood floors, and they said it would be a great idea to have some reclaimed. But they don't know that it takes time to make. So we try to keep an inventory, available inventory of hardwood floors, tongue and groove, square edged, sometimes shiplap, depending on what their application is. But we have to have product available for them to cash and carry. So we try to keep inventory, and you know, we have different widths, different. This is the Harvest, which is a hardwood mix. Got a couple of different products from a maple to an oak. I see a piece of walnut in here, hickory, ash. Then we have the red and white oak mix. It's pretty clean. That would be from the center cut of the beams. We make herringbone patterns, any size, chevron patterns, parquets, end grain blocks. We make an assortment of floors, so we have all the equipment to mill and manufacture. So designs, not that difficult for us, you know, but you know, we're in the flooring business, you know. So again, different kind of material. This is a white pine. We use this in a lot of older homes. I'm doing a couple of jobs in the Flemington, Princeton area. White pine was pretty big in that area, and they yielded as much as they could around the area. So that's pretty much where we're at. We have some of the heart pine. These we get from mostly old factories, turn of the century buildings. We get them from all over. We took down a lot in Patterson into the silk mills, Passaic. We also have Jersey City and Hoboken, some of the big old wooden factories now. They get converted into townhouses and different. So they take these big timbers out. There's a job that we're looking at in Edgewater right now. I'm hoping to get those. Those are I believe they're 16 by 11 by 23 foot. Heart pine, beautiful. Again, it's always negotiating deals day in and day out. So, you know, every barn is different. Every deal with a farmer or landowner is different. Same with the demo guys and different people. We have to really work our magic with a lot of people. So these would be some of the artifacts. You know, these bags. I would throw these bags away, never thinking that they had any true value. These potato sacks, peanut sacks, and things like that, until they told me we make art out of them, and different people use them and as decorations for restaurants. And even these old wheelbarrows, I didn't really think of anything, you know. And after a while, I got a little bit of trouble. So, but we also have chestnut. Chestnut is a wood that is extinct. For here, they're starting to grow it again. They're starting to get some new chestnut, but this is old wormy chestnut. And I just came back from Kentucky. We got a couple of 1,000 feet for a project coming up. So nice wide, 5/4 plus chestnut. So you know, we got some pine and oak and hickory and maple and anything that's domestic hardwoods, walnut, cherry, old barn timbers. We kind of use everything that comes out of the barn that's usable, we make into flooring or wood products. We have an upstairs deck, and upstairs is where we keep our barn siding and some tables, and we're going to kind of keep this as our showroom area, another spot for people to actually come and see. We recently had built these stairs, had the steel, and Anthony had designed everything, so these are beautiful stairs. Up here is where we did the hardwood floors. This is a mixture of the Harvest or the hardwood mix with a little bit of pine as a room divider, kind of. And we hand scrape and wax them the old-fashioned way, so you never have any worries about the polyurethane scratching. These are a lot of the Indonesian boats, the fishing boats. So we got different size tables. I think these are 7-footers. Here's an Acacia Slab with a metal base that we welded up. We also get Cypress knees. Those are beautiful plant holders. We got some coming in from the flower box. They're gonna stick some flowers in there, the flower box in Jersey City.
Can you talk a little bit more about what a Cypress knee is? Because I've never heard of that.
Okay, the Cypress knee, I found out, I went to Brimfield this July, and the Cypress knee grows in the swamps like Mississippi, Alabama, and they are like a cone-shaped root that comes out of the water, out of the bog there, and they come in different sizes. It's hard to find the big ones. I have a guy from Arkansas. He's trying to get me the 4 and 5 footers, but they typically grow about 2 feet. And I don't really know too much other than when I saw them, I knew they were cool. So I said, oh, I like this. And all they are is decoration for me. So I like stuff that looks uniquely different. So in my travels, I say if I didn't see it, not that I know anything, I just know that I like it. So somewhere along the line, someone else is going to like it. Even with the steer head. So we made this, we have another Cypress that's just getting is getting hooked up, but we want to sell this as like one piece of wall art for somebody with the light behind it, something decorative. Again, you know, we have a price tag on it when we allow people to at least have a vision. And some of our bow boards are what we use for, you know, we use the stools, and we use these as countertops in cafes and mostly coffee shops, right? We put these in a couple of coffee shops, so you know, people just like the idea that it's something uniquely different, the color. This is all the original paint from the old wooden fishing boats and the old outriggers. So none of this has been modified, because I told them when I was out there that I only want the original paint. I don't need you to paint it and then make it look old. I want it old, just like the barn wood. I don't need to make new wood look old. I only have old wood that's old. That's the way we like it here. We don't need to modify anything. So these are cool pieces. These are fun pieces, I tell people. It's not for everybody, but it does give us an opportunity to allow people to add a little color to our barn wood. But over here is where we keep our barn siding, a selection of different colors. You know, we mill it, either square edge it, leave it tongue and grooved, or shiplap. This is the original shiplap off an old red barn. This black oak is fencing from the thoroughbred farms down in Kentucky, the horse farms. So we're able to recycle those old horse fencing.
Do you see this being made into furniture or floor?
Both. We've made it into a tabletop and we made it into flooring, and this has been wall material. And one customer used it in his garage as his man cave wall.
It's beautiful.
So, you know, just so again, you know, here's a version with some clear coat on it and then some raw wood. Again, we allow people to have opportunity. Doesn't matter which way you like it. If you need it thinner, we can make it thinner. You want it tongue and groove, we'll make it tongue and groove. Shiplap, it doesn't matter, you know. So we have red siding, white siding, silver siding, brown siding. We used to have robin's egg blue. Beautiful. Didn't last long, but it was a 100-year-old barn with robin's egg blue. But that went very fast. A very cool color. It was awesome.
Can you think of any projects it was used on?
Oh yeah, it was used in an artist in New York City, up in her penthouse loft. She used a backdrop of one of her walls. Guy in Nutley used it as his pizzeria. He had a beehive kiln made out of subway tile, little subway tiles out of the beehive kiln, and they were all robin's egg blue. And it was the backdrop to the wall and the beehive kiln in his pizzeria.
Nice. That sounds nice.
That was nice. I was like, dude.
How's the pizza?
It was good. It was good. We were like, wow, that's awesome. So here's some of the silver siding. We kind of like to make a little wall panel so people can actually see the variety. It comes from the silverishy to the soft color to some of it being dark. It depends on what people ask for. We can source it to be whatever. If you want all silverish, we'll break it down and you'll pay for the sorting, but you know we'll do that. So there's different opportunity. Here is a wall. I believe this is Anthony's wall in his living room with his fireplace. So this was this was board and batten. That's why the light color is where it didn't get aged. There was battens blocking it from graying out, and I think this was a barn in Pennsylvania that we got. So
it makes a lot of sense, the board and batten. Now it makes sense. Until you mentioned that, I thought that it might have been milled.
Right.
And milled away, but yeah, you can see.
Right, so that's why I say, so kind of we don't modify stuff until someone gives us the opportunity to modify. We kind of like, sometimes I'll leave the wasp tracks on stuff, or the hay stuck to some boards. We did a job out in Sussex County. Took down this old barn, which was all metal, and there was a storm, ice storm. And so we took the metal down. Then they said they had windows in their house, and we were like, all right. We said, we've got a couple of windows. They came, they gave me over 100 windows, and I'm thinking, damn it, what am I going to do with 100 windows? I didn't know what to say. So we loaded them all up in the truck. They had all the wasp trails and the hay on them. I go to Florida, I come back, Anthony said I sold all the windows to a guy at a laser tag place. Who would have figured windows with wasp tracks and hay and old windows that we got, and the guy recycled them for his gaming venue for laser tag.
Awesome.
So we say it's all cool stuff.
We're at Real Antique Wood.
Come and visit us.
Check us out
Love
for
to
all
see
your
you.
reclaimed wood needs.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, I said it in the first video, really cool place, great people. If you live anywhere near Irvington, New Jersey, you definitely need to stop by and check them out. Just really inspiring, and definitely follow them on Instagram and subscribe to them on YouTube. I'll have links to everything in the description. I'm definitely planning on doing some kind of a project with them in the near future, and maybe I'll get to tag along on one of these trips where they take a barn down. I know it'd be a ton of work, but I'm sure I'd learn a lot. And it would be one of those experiences of a lifetime. So you never know if that happens. I'll definitely bring all the cameras, the drone, everything, and we'll see if we can make something like that happen at some point. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.